Hey guys, it's Rob Dimension. I am doing like the first of the video blogs that I had been talking about online. Just kind of wanted to answer questions if I can help anybody, or if by any chance anyone gets motivated from these. I was just a simple guy that battled with depression and decided to write a movie and made a movie, and it's kind of been a roller coaster of a ride. A little bit about me: I'm an award-winning writer, actor, director. Films like Baggage and No Clowning Around. I also worked on the independent scene as a professional wrestling manager for like 14 years, 13 years. I on and off, managed Steve Carino, the ECW World Heavyweight Champion from years and years and years ago. We have done all kinds of stuff up and down the East Coast, so it's been a lot of fun. So I asked people to submit their questions, and the first one is from Tom. Tell us your most serious injury on the wrestling circuit, and of course how you got it. The most serious injury that I had was I had lacerated my eye, the actual eyeball itself. I was in a cage match in like 2000 and probably four, and I had taken a move where I could not protect myself. There was someone's foot that was sticking up where I was going to land, and I landed on their foot in my eye. And at first, I thought I was okay. I just thought, I felt really irritated, and so the next night we had a return match, and I could. The more the night went on, the more I got like nauseous from light and everything else, and I had a patch on it. And I talked to the doctor that was there, and he said you better go to see your real doctor. So I went home and saw my real doctor, and I had to put like an ointment on my eyeball for I don't know, like 5 days. So that was the most serious injury. I've had other injuries and stuff, and I mean from taking countless falls to the outside and stuff like that. I mean, my hips are bad, knees are bad, but there's people way worse than me. The next question is from Scott. What have been the biggest hurdles as an independent filmmaker in getting your vision on film, and does it always work? Wow. For me, I think originally I wrote things where I didn't really put budget into my mind. Budget is really the honest to God key. If you can raise the budget, now things like crowdfunding is available, where you can crowdfund for our latest film, a Rabbit Hole that we're working on. We were able to raise our budget in less than 30 hours, which was fantastic. I've also raised money for No Cloning Around and for Baggage and been successful. I think I kind of try and figure it out ahead of time and say, what am I going to do for this film? And I try and, when I write it, I try to not keep budget in my mind, but at the same time I do. I don't write anything that's going to be too extravagant that I'm not going to be able to raise money, especially when dealing with short films. I kind of put a max on my budget of being around 5,000 for each short film. I think that anything more than that's it's a little bit excessive. I'd rather, if I'm going to get 20,000, I'd rather make a feature with 20,000. And does it always work? I haven't really had any shortcomings where I've not been overly happy with the way things have turned out. Baggage came out great. I was fortunate to have a great cinematographer, Jeffrey Gould and Steve Adams, and I had Jeremiah Kipp as the director. And in the first film, it was a guy named Matthew Bird and myself, and we had a great team. Like, when you work on an independent film, a lot of times it's like a small crew, but everybody works together because everyone's agenda is the same thing, to make the best film possible. And now with Rabbit Hole, I have Mike O'Mahony, and we just went out and we shot some early stuff for like scouting locations and ideas and stuff like that. And we have like Matt, who's actually here now, the producer of this stuff. And he was there, and he's going to help be on set, and we have some other people involved. And you do the best that you can. There's no use in sweating things that you can't really control. I think that's the best key. That's the key to life. Do your best and forget the rest. So. All right, the next question is from Russ. With the slew of indie films being released direct to DVD and digital, as well as in packages, how can one be confident he or she will wisely be spending money on any particular film? Wow. Well, it's a gamble, like anything. Like, it's the same way as if, I want to go see the next, what's in the movies right now, Matt? What's a good one? Veronica Mars. Veronica Mars is at the movies, right?
But it's an interesting one to bring up anyway, because that was a
crowdfunding. Absolutely,
movie.
Yeah, totally. You're shelling out your money. What is it to get in the movies now? Like $14 a person. So,
lucky.
and then on top of it, you have like popcorn and, the drinks and stuff. I don't think that there is an answer. Stick to, first of all, like myself, like I'm kind of tired of zombie movies, so I'm really hesitant on giving zombie movies a try, especially with The Walking Dead. I guess that would probably be the standard or the level for people that would have to, if they're making a zombie movie, they have to almost make it better than that. Plus everyone remembers, the older zombie movies that we all fell in love with. I think it's just a matter of taste. For me, like I tend to stick to older stuff. I don't know. I just keep rewatching stuff or, on independent levels. I'm willing to give anybody a try. I think that what they need to do is they need to make their trailer interesting. If their trailer is good, then it makes it kind of a no-brainer. Don't show everything in your trailer, but at the same time, make it interesting. Next, I got a couple questions from Zach at Zach4Zombies on Twitter. Is filming with wrestlers a good idea? And when are you making a wrestling movie? On our first movie, No Clowning Around, I worked with Steve Corino, and that was super awesome. I gave him the role because I certainly didn't doubt his ability. He's always been good on the cuff to say stuff and to be witty. This time around, I actually wrote the script, and I was afraid that he would be the standard like typical wrestler and kind of overact, and he was awesome. I don't have a problem with his acting at all. And on top of that, when are we making a wrestling movie? We're actually talking about one now. I know that Carino's been in my ear quite a bit about remaking The Wrestler, not the Darren Ostrowski film, but the original like 70s movie, but more like in his own vein, and I think is like a comedy. And I think that what we were told is it's on. I think they'll be talking about during ROH TV. They just taped, so I guess listen for the details. I don't know why he always talks about that stuff on ROH TV, but he does. So hopefully soon. I don't think I would make the typical wrestling movie. It would be a movie that would be more dramatic, and maybe that's what I would want to make. He wants to make a comedy and show the lighter side of things, which is cool too. It just depends, if we can collaborate and come up with stuff. He's like real hard to work with. But hey, that's going to wrap up this week. Next week, I'll be back for more questions. In the meantime, visit robdimension.com. You've been robfilms.com to stay on top of rabbit hole information. Plus, you can follow me on Twitter at robdimension, or you can look me on Facebook. Thanks, guys.